out there. Back to you a bit. Right, just go straight up.
And what engine mounts are they? BA?
BA turbo.
Okay.
BF, not FG. BF.
And they're a hydraulic mount, these ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've just pulled the engine out because Dad's going to finish doing his engine mounts. He'll be able to weld them all up and we'll be able to clean up where the old engine mounts were. And then might even give it a lick of paint on them rails. Make it look a bit better. That'll be the third time I'll put paint on these rails. You can see one set of engine mounts would have been 3F maybe, and then they're 2H.
And then back to the 3F.
And then back to the 3F, and now we've gone to BMW.
What I need to do is put the wheels on, push it out there and wash it.
Well, the engine mounts are all in. That one's welded in. That one's all welded in. Now I've got the front wheels on, we're gonna roll it out and give it a good wash and paint the rails and all that before the motor goes back in. Trying to do this in the X5 that it came out of is bloody a pain in the arse.
I know, but now I know the whole thing comes out easy. You just got to pull the whole bulkhead. It's only 2 bolts and the whole thing comes out. Then you've got wide open space. Yeah, screwdriver.
She needs a new filter, that's for sure. Is that just a pre-filter on there? Looks like it.
That's a pre-filter and the filter's under it, so it needs one anyway.
That is the air filter section on these motors, or air box I should say. So we're just changing out the manifold. If you can see the crack there, it's very common in these to crack on them stainless manifolds. Can you take the manifold out without taking it off?
Well, I don't know. The other one, there's only 2 bolts there. I'll probably just take it off anyway. Well, it'll sit there.
Oh, yeah. And here's a cast iron manifold off the other motor we've got, and these don't crack. So we'll put that on. Show me the crack so I can crack through there.
It's not leaking, but it's cracked. I think these are double skinned. Around there and through there.
But for a turbo manifold, it's still got a bit of weight in it. Yeah. I thought it would have been
interesting. See how much weight this saving. Don't have a hook.
Just use a bit of wire.
Yeah. .85. It was a little bit.
No.
Just hold. 4.4.
So there's a bit in it.
Yeah.
I suppose every little bit counts.
Yeah. Well, they took 20 kilos off the whole engine.
Is this the alloy block or the cast iron block?
Cast iron block.
Okay. Because they have the alloy block, then they have the compound turbos. That would add weight to get, but I suppose it's just what you order and.
Well, if you want to go faster, you've got to have the turbos.
Yeah. But there'd be a big difference in alloy block to
Yeah.
to cast iron
Well,
block.
I think that's a part of the weight loss. The alloy block.
Do you want a blade?
Yeah, I might
Give her a bit of a scrub up.
Do you want to pull that pipe out the way? been wondering why this isn't sitting flat. It's not sitting right in flush. I've just discovered this area where the seal sits is 72mm, and this area here is 73mm. This diameter's too big. I'm going to have to set this up in the lathe and spin 1mm off it. It's never ending with this. You can see in the lathe I've just machined down here to make this bit proud, because this actually sits 1mm inside. So now it all fits up and meets up nice, and it's a nice firm fit. Right, final assembly at last. Just to recap, we've had to machine this diameter down 1mm so it locates inside of here. We've also put a 1mm step here because that is sunk 1mm deeper than that. The way it was, the O-ring was doing nothing. We will have to make a plate to go underneath here. The casting or the thing falls short. Now the next section that goes on, another problem. We have a huge problem. This is actually smaller than that locating ring. I'm going to have to make a shim, or put some shim material in there to build that out so it sits central.
So we're just getting ready to test the tacho. That's the M57 flywheel there, and our 75 series cluster. What brake sensor is that?
That's off a Commodore rear.
Oh yeah, you can tell by the plug.
ABS sensor. Right. So we've got power, negative. I need.
Do you want like something to hold? I can probably hold one while you do the lathe.
Positive.
She's a bit of a contraption, but we're working it.
That's reading 1,000 RPM.
What RPM's the lathe doing?
That's doing 1,000, but That's got 4 things on it, so it's wrong.
If it's got 4 weights, what's it meant to be at? Double?
It's supposed to have 3 weights on 3. It's a 6-cylinder, 2 pulses per turn. So that should be reading about 1250 RPM. The distance matters.
Jesus, touchy.
Maybe we do need the cruiser one.
That's not very much.
No, it's probably not going to be. You probably find that cruiser one has...
The deflection of that.
Yeah. That cruiser one is big and it'll be for that reason.
What's that?
That 20 doesn't fit. 19 doesn't fit. It's 15. Yeah, it's 15,000. Which is...
That's very tight.
It's going to be too much mucking around. It's going to be so sensitive it's not going to work properly.
Oh. We've gone ahead and put the motor all back in. All the chassis rails are painted up, all cleaned up. Dad even washed in the engine bay here, so it looks heaps better than before. Had heaps of rice, poo and everything, grass and everything growing through it. So, but that's it for the motor. That doesn't have to come back out now. It's all permanently bolted in. We've got to test fit the radiator and all the coolers that are on that. So it's getting closer. Inside the car, we've got the accelerator pedal out, the clutch pedals out. We're just Dad's doing up a bracket now to put the fly-by-wire throttle on, so we can at least get that all set up. He's gone ahead and put these covers all on, and we were just mocking up where the shifter and all that was going to sit. And we've actually got the other seat out of my old Calais that we've got to put into, which are full electric seats. Far better, a lot comfier than the factory seats anyway. And under the car, we've painted all the chassis rail there, all our bracketry's on. We are going to put the factory cross member back on just for a chassis stiffener, and it'll act as a bash plate as well, which is good. So we got front drive shaft is in, it's all right length and all working. The rear one we test fitted and then sent off to get balanced, so that should be back in a couple days, and then most of the stuff underneath the car's done. So this is the original radiator. It does have a little bit of damage there that Dad Silver soldered up, but on the other side is where it's all, there's the intercooler all mounted up, the air conditioner condenser, and there is another oil cooler going here. But I suppose you'll need me to help you lift it in. Is it that heavy?
Well, it's just awkward. I have done it before. I want that side. It's easy.
Let's watch the intercooler. The cooler really...
Hey?
The intercooler really needs to be higher.
It's got to come up a touch.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah. Just so the hose is... It's got to sit about there.
Oh, okay.
I lifted it up a little bit. Yeah, I was hoping that'd be enough.
How close are you going to that clutch fan there?
Well, I'm going to measure the fan at the front. It's going to go back further. Measure the fan, make sure the fan fits there, and then keep it as far away as I can.
Yeah.
And I think I've got heaps of room.
So these factory BMW engines run 2 thermo fans. One clutch fan here and then an electronic one in the front. That's why we've got so much room. I'll let go. How much room? That's alright.
Actually, the top, yeah, I can get my hand in that easy all the way.
You could probably lift it up a bit higher. Oh, that tank's already. Yeah, you could probably go a bit higher.
Well, I've got to come up enough to clear this. See, I can't bring this higher unless I bring the whole thing higher. Oh, and I've got to cut sides off it too. So if I just put it in.
Oh, you got heaps of room.
Yeah. Come forward. It could sit about there. I'll have to have a shroud then. Shit.
Just wrecking the joint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's about right. It's got about 20 mil at the bottom. I might have to make more brackets. I've already made these, I don't know how many times. I'm doing a U-job.
I think I made my radiator brackets 3 times, fitting mine. Because each time I did it, it was all good and I was setting up stuff, I found a better way to do it.
This is the second lot, but I've modified the second lot. So I really need the radiator. I need this and this to come up.
You could come up shitloads with that. Like, what's stopping you from coming up?
Well, I've got to bring that with it because this pipe here is about touching it. So
Oh, I
bring
see.
that with it.
Oh, you can still come up
Yeah.
another 20 mil if you wanted.
Yeah.
This will be sitting this way when it's in there. We're just checking for clearances. I like how it's got these little flaps here.
Yeah. That might even fit.
And then you'll have to make a shroud, won't you, to go?
Yeah.
We just put the car cover on because I'm in the middle of doing my injector pump on my Vitara. It's got to sit out of the shed for a little bit, but it'll only be a week or so. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.